Hello there, the angel from my nightmare, the shadow in the background of the morgue, the unsuspecting victim of darkness in the valley. We can live like Jack and Sally if we want, where you can always find me. And we'll have Halloween on Christmas, and in the night we'll wish this never ends. We'll wish this never ends.
Don't waste your time on me, you're already the voice inside my head.
I miss you, I miss you.
Don't waste your time on me, you're already the voice inside my head.
I miss you, I miss you.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep, I cannot dream tonight. I need somebody and always. This sick, strange darkness comes creeping on, so haunting every time. And as I stared, I counted webs from all the spiders, catching things and eating their insides, like indecision to call you and hear your voice of treason. Will you come home and stop this pain tonight? Stop this pain. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head.
The Bachelor is back. Stream it live on ABC with YouTube TV.
Fallen one too many times, feeling like it never ends. Back again, square one. Tried to leave myself behind, stay alone. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try, 'cause this time you crossed the line. Funny how the tables turned. Didn't think I'd go this far, but here we are, the end. Now you're just a lesson learned, a slowly fading memory, so I can breathe again. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't cry, 'cause this time you crossed the line. This time you crossed the line. This time you crossed the line. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. This time you crossed the line.
Hello, everyone. We have one person in here. Dude, you missed literally the best song I've played yet on here. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, you just missed the best song I've played on here yet. It's that simple. I played it in the beginning. Literally one of the cool. I don't know where everyone is. Did you get notified of this on YouTube? What's up, Corrupted? What's up, Rang Rang is me. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Do you have the bell icon clicked, and then do you have all pressed? Dude, what is up with people being notified and then at the same time, for the same streams, people not being notified? This is stupid. I'm hungry. What's up, Uncryptic? Bruh. What's up, everybody? I'm gonna share the, I'm gonna ping the YouTube stream in the Discord, I guess. What's the Discord? I will get it out here in a second. Give me a second. Just give me a moment. Let's see what I can do here. Be a drought? What do you mean? Are you talking about the humor? Oh, thank you, Winter Statue. Oh, oof. I feel that for, like, no reason. Create a post. Oh, my pizza's done finally. All right, ring ring. All right. Dang, I have no idea what goes on in your brain, but like, are you? What is going on, ma'am? Oh, what's up, Christian Terry? Oh. Alright. I hope that my internet holds up through this. What's the confession, Daniel? Considering that can you not be gory in the chat? I'm trying to eat. Other people might be trying to eat as well. What is up, Lucid Kuros? Welcome to the chat. Nice. I'm waiting for some viewers to roll in so that I can actually start on the scary stories from the web or whatever I have going on here. It's the stories from the web. Indeed. Alright. Well. Let me finish this last piece of pizza and then I'll get started. I've got the first story picked out right now. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm kind of reluctant because it's got one of... It's got a rapper that I really dislike in it, so... Yeah. Alright. let's go ahead and get this started. To start, I should give you some context. This happened sometime in October, and I was at my dad's apartment complex. I need to explain the building layout before I go on. It has 3 floors and 2 entrances one in the front near the parking lot, and another by some trees that divides the property, and another house nearby. The back entrance was where I usually smoked late at night because I didn't want my dad giving me for smoking weed in the apartment. I was smoking out of a 80 homemade bong made out of a 1-liter Pepsi bottle, and I had just finished a bowl and I was packing another one, and if anyone was curious, the strain I was smoking was Alaskan Thunder. I had taken my first hit, and I blew a huge cloud of smoke, and I could see in my peripherals that something was moving in the trees. I thought it was a deer, but I was a little sketched out, because the area of Canada that I lived in is known for having some drug addicts and other crazy-ass people. I pushed the feeling aside and took another hit, but this time I saw something. I saw someone coming up this little path off by the woods. I immediately took one final hit and saw this man wearing what looked like blue coveralls and having a clown mask on. Now, normally I'd get the inside and go back to the apartment, but my mask decided to say, "Hey man, you want a hit?" The man looked at me, and I couldn't see his eyes because of the mask, but I could tell he was looking right in at me. He reached behind his back, and I fumbled for my keys, and I stuck them in the lock and shakily unlocked the door as the man charged at me with what looked like a gut hook knife. I got in and I threw the door shut, but he managed to get an arm in, and that's when I knew I was fucked. I yelled for help as loud as I could, but then I remembered back to martial arts class from grade 10. I side thrust kicked his arm as hard as I could, and I ended up breaking his arm. He immediately dropped the knife and yelled, "Oh, you mother..." I ran full force at the door. I gave him the middle finger, and I went back to my apartment and called the cops. A few Mounties came by, and I gave them my statement. We were all told they were looking for a man fitting the description, had slashed 2 people with the same knife that he dropped, and one of them was in critical condition. They caught him when he tried to go to the hospital, and his fingerprints on the knife, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison. I still smoke weed out there, but I always carry a knife with me, and I always keep my guard up. Y'all don't see me because I'm using my webcam currently as a mic. I have to get my actual mic back up to working order. I need to charge it, find a charger that actually works on it and stuff like that now because it's just not wanting to work. Yeah. In September 2014, 3-year-old William Terrell was removed from childcare for a shock visits to his grandmother's home. The family got together the vehicle and made the 3-hour drive north to Pennaroon Drive in Kendall. On the morning of... Dude, this guy had a stroke while writing this, I swear. The family got together the vehicle and made the 3-hour drive north to Maroon Drive in Kendall. On the morning of the 12th of September, the dad left to discover a better sign for his business call, and the mother and grandmother sat in the sun drinking tea while viewing William and his sister play Find the Stowaway in a huge yard that folded over the house. William was wearing his number 1 Bugman ensemble. At around 10:30 in the morning, the ladies went inside to make more tea. They never saw William again. The exact opposite thing his mom recalls before the vanishing was William yelling "rawr" prior to running down the side of the house to stow away. The ladies became stressed when they had not heard a commotion from him for some time. They guarantee this to have been around 5 minutes. William's dad, before long, got back from his task and started looking through the road and entryway, thumping neighbors. At 10:56 in the morning, the mother called 000 to report him missing, as the property was straightforwardly opposite to the way the Kendall Street State Forest. It was accepted now that he may have strayed alone. The police showed up soon after and started looking with 200 volunteers. The inquiry proceeded for the time being and included helicopters and motorbikes. The family saw that the police had started to investigate the chance of different situations as the brushland thickened and there was still no indication of the kid. Police, state emergency services, rural fire services, and individuals from the local area looked through day and night. However, following 5 days of looking, there were still no leads, and the chance of the kid having wandered off became more modest. Strikeforce Roseanne was set up by expert police, including the sex violations crew, and there were agents, examiners, and a legal therapist doled out to the case full time. The vanishing before long got probably the biggest examination ever embraced by the NSW police power. All the enlisted sex-guilty parties in the territory were addressed, and following 9 days, the colossal pursuit was downsized to 0, in on the proof that had been accumulated. Agents in the long run decided that there had been human meditation in his vanishing. However, trusted that he would, in any case, be alive. A police location canine was simply ready to discover William's aroma inside the patio, which would propose that he had been placed into a vehicle instead of leaving by walking. The team's measurable therapist recommended that the grabbing was in all probability artful wrongdoing, since nobody, however, the youngster's folks and grandma thought about the visit. So the criminal would have needed to have another purpose behind being in the zone, either visiting, living, or working. She proceeded that there was just a limited open door to take the youngster from the outside property, which is situated in an impasse road. It appears to be that this was crafty wrongdoing, and when someone settles on that sort of rash choice, botches are committed, and those sort of errors that the examination is zeroing in on. For a very long time, general society was under the feeling that William was taken from his natural family, until it was uncovered that the hour of the vanishing, the kid was under the watchful eye of the Department of Family and Community Service. William was being really focused on by temporary parents in out-of-home care. William's natural guardians had 2 young ones together while in a rough, tempestuous relationship. The couple had their little girl taken from them first. Thus, the two departed suddenly with William and covered up with him for nearly 3 months at least. Government assistance laborers saw the two of every video store in William. At 8 months old, was removed to be with his sister in childcare. The couple was permitted to see the kids 3 times each week from the outset. Yet, at the hour of the vanishing, they were just permitted to see him for 1 hour each 2 months. After high school, I moved into an apartment with my boyfriend at the time. One night I couldn't sleep because my boyfriend was hogging the bed to the point I was almost falling off. I decided to get up and try to learn more about tarot. We had a small table in the living room. I sat there with my notebook that had my notes in it. Now, I've always believed that there are angels and demons, and pretty much anything else supernatural. After a few minutes, I could feel eyes watching me. I thought at first it was my boyfriend about to tell me to go back to bed, but when I turned my head, it wasn't my boyfriend that I saw. Instead, it was a dark figure in our spare bedroom. It was almost as tall as the door, and very skinny. Somehow, the dark figure was darker than the pitch-black room around it. At the time, I didn't care or feel fazed by it. When my boyfriend did come out, I looked back in the spare bedroom, and the figure was gone. Looking back, it does freak me out a little bit. I do believe that it was something dark watching me, and I will never get involved with anything tarot again. In my middle school, we have these showers in the girls' locker room that were never used. One time I had to stay after class when PE was done because I was 30 minutes late to class, so I was the last one in the locker room to get changed. My locker is unfortunately all the way in the back near the showers are. That place always scared me because of the stories I had heard a year before from some of the older kids. The story goes, once, there was a time when the showers actually worked and the students were able to use it. The reason why it stopped being used is because there was a murder there. A girl was by herself in the showers when the janitor who worked at the school snuck up on her. To her. He struggled to get away, but she slips and hits her head on the shower handle, instantly dead. I honestly don't remember what the kid said after that, but the first part always stuck. I always made sure I had at least one of my friends with me when I was changing, because honestly that could happen. But that day I was by myself. I honestly wish I never came late to class. I was almost done changing when I heard a voice. Now keep in mind, this is a middle schooler, all by themselves, no one around, not even the gym teacher, so I was a little scared. At first I thought it was in my head, but then I heard the voice again. I was able to tell what it said this time. Go away. Then I saw a shadow at the corner of my eye. I didn't even turn. I was terrified, so I quickly put on my shirt and booked it out of there. I even left my backpack behind. That's how much I wanted to leave. I was lucky it was the last class of the day, too. Once I was home, I told my best friend, who was in 6th grade at the time, about what happened. Her older sister was in the room and also heard what I said. They were shocked. More, my friend's sister. According to her, I wasn't the only one that experienced this. She had a friend that went through something similar. There's security cameras outside the girls' gym, and her friend knew the guy who works on them. Apparently, there are ghosts appearing on the cameras every once in a while. That scared me even more. After that day, I never went late to PE again, and made sure I wasn't alone whenever I changed. Final story. So, this was a story that my grandpa swears up and down that is true, and he isn't the type to make something like this up. I'm going to tell it from his perspective so it'll be easier to understand. When I was younger, me and one of my buddies would find cool wooded areas to hike around. We would occasionally camp out in some of the areas. We ended up finding out an interesting small island that was extremely close to the area we were by. You could walk through a few feet of water that was easily and very shallow, and you would be there. We walked across and made it to this heavily wooded island, and we found someone to live on there. Wait a second. Found a spot close to the middle of the island. Like I said, it was very small and was too small for someone to live there. After we found the spot, we had decided to camp out there. We walked back to the car, grabbed our tents and a few things that we would need. When we had gotten back to the island and got camp set up, it was already getting dark, so we made a fire and we were just hanging out. A little bit later, my friend turns to me and whispers, "Do you see that?" While pointing in the distance. There, a small beam of light was shining through the trees, and then it started to move around. It looked to be a flashlight that was shining. We'd called out and had gotten no response. Then my friend turns to me and tells me just to listen very carefully. There was absolutely no sound. This area was so heavily wooded that even taking a step would cause a lot of sound due to leaves and twigs crunching. My friend and I both reached for our flashlights and turned them on. The light that was through the trees turned off. We walked around the whole island and didn't find anyone. We were so scared that we left our camp and walked to the car. We ended up staying in the car for the night and got everything from camp in the morning. What is up, William? Alright, so that was the last story for the stories from the web stream. I'm about to start up another stream. Hi, Sasha. Anyways, I'm about to start up another stream. That was it for the scary stories from the web. I get all of my stories that I tell on here from r/true scary stories on Reddit. Now, they may not always be true, but they do, find something interesting. I carefully pick and choose the ones that I read off, so. Oh no, Sasha, it's fine. Anyways, I will talk to y'all in the next stream. I'm about to go now and start that one up. So I will talk to y'all